What's going on YouTube? It's Biggs. So we're doing something a little different today. So I've been like dabbling in the Pokemon TCG, like on the app and checking out a couple videos there. And there's obviously a well-known name there, Azul GG, and he always does like a video before like a big event, like what's gonna be top represented, etc. for like the Pokemon TCG and like what's going to be the best deck to bring for that weekend or something like that, right? So I figured I do a Road to Nat series where I rank the decks that I think are viable, and then as well show you some gameplay video, and then I'll keep adding them to the list as we go on. Um, so I finally finished school, by the way. So I got 2 A's and a B, I hope, for one class. So I'm done. I have a lot more free time on my hands. I'm still going to be working, but I'm going to try and get you guys out at least 2 videos a week. So look forward to that. If I can do more, I definitely will. But a minimum 2 a week, and just showing you guys what I've been working on, like deck-wise for our nationals preparation, because I've been trying. The only thing I'm not gonna play is yellow. I obviously don't like it, but it's also just because I've never played it, so I'm not going to just try and jam however many days we have left until Nats to force yellow. I have other decks that I have been playing that have pretty good matchups that we'll get to maybe later on in the video, wink wink, or the video series rather. So today I just want to talk about one of my favorite decks right now. I don't think it's a great deck, unfortunately. But I do think it's in a pretty decent spot, and that's Red Purple Law. This deck is super good in certain matchups, and then really bad in others. And unfortunately, one of the matchups that for sure we're going to be seeing a lot of is NL, and that's probably Law's worst matchup, at least this version of Law. So unfortunately, it's a give and a take kind of situation. Yellow is much more popular in NA, at least from what I've seen, compared to like the JP region, Singapore, Thailand, etc. They definitely, from what I saw, like they still had their fair share, but like when we're looking at here, we actually get to see much bigger piece of the pie in representation wise, and yellow definitely takes up a nice chunk. Unfortunately, we don't have all the information from the other regions, but I know for certain, at least in the West, we have a yellow army. So that might affect Law's play rate. I think you have a better Katakuri matchup, but against NL specifically, it gets a lot tougher. But we'll just jump into the video just so I can show you guys what I've been working on and some gameplay. Okay, so this is our Law deck. Nothing too special. I'm just going to go over some of our card choices and what we're trying to do here. I added a 2K counter Beppo and the film Law just as extra targets for our search Law. Unfortunately, this card doesn't really get to stick too much in this game between Yellow Gadatsu, obviously Sakazuki. Sakazuki is also an interesting matchup for the deck. It's not as bad as it would look, but you kind of have to play a little lame into that matchup and kind of go like tall early and then go wide. Force them to have single target removal, and let Lucci kind of brick in hand a little for a while, and then go wide as possible. I'm unsure if I want the fourth Zoro or not. I'm still playing around with the numbers. As far as our events, I'm also on the fence about. I think Fire Fist is just better than Gamma Knife, but you do want it against yellow for their like 8 costs. It's situationally useful against like 7-drop Kid, being able to knock him down to 3 and then just shamble or tactile, tacked out. The Zorojuro is a good card. We are definitely have a strong go first curve, so I definitely think we want to play the deck going first. Our Dawn management resources in conjunction with our power minusing effects is like where you have to like find the balance. Some people opt to play ulti page 1 combo, which is nice. But again, I feel like you're just playing too hard into Sakazuki at that point. It's definitely better against the yellow and purple decks, just being able to go fast very quickly. If I had to say what our worst matchup, again, I think it's Enel, and then a little bit of the Whitebeard and Red Purple Luffy. The 6K can be an annoying threshold to break through sometimes. I would say Red Purple Luffy has a better matchup for us just because they're not drawing infinity cards like Whitebeard does. The only bad part about that matchup is that they ramp into 9 cost. So 9 cost, putting them at 8 makes it a lot harder, especially if our Don management hasn't been that strong. Like going into a ramped up 9 beard with only like 7 Don or less is kind of a pain. And then not having the answer on time can be another issue, which would totally suck. So those are things to consider when we're building the deck. I like this deck a lot. I like having the extra card advantage options. That's why I added the 1 Beppo. If I'm not mistaken, that puts us at 20. Besides the law that's in play, that puts us at 20 Heart Pirate hits potentially. You know, obviously if you have some in hand, that's less, but it's just higher percentages for our law to hit, which if I tick cards out makes it a lot worse. Ace, I've still not the greatest fan of the card, but I do understand why it's there. The ability to help clear board and develop a 7K body is pretty instrumental. In my testing, I've won plenty of games because I have the 7K body on board. So if you hear from any other people telling you that Ace is just a bad card, it's really not. It's kind of what keeps us in those mid-range matchups and prevents us from just outright losing. I've also done like Ace into trade board, into shambles, into... I'm so used to saying shambles, I'm never going to say tact. But shambling into our 4-drop law to make something else even weaker, and then attacking. So like you have a lot of options and like how you want to clear board, which definitely makes Ace a much more viable card than I thought initially. But I definitely wouldn't play more than 2, as he is kind of bricky and we don't have ways to discard. Real quick, cards that were on my radar were things like Khalifa. I was playing around with the idea of Khalifa, but you're never going to get that card to stick, like I said. Purple Luffy has Paulie. Yellow has Gadatsu, like I said. Enel will not attack you, by the way, that he's going to play a starve game. So if you are playing Enel incorrectly and attacking into Red Purple Law and saying, man, why is this matchup so hard? That's why. You have to starve this deck out if you have the option to, which Enel definitely does because he can just take his life willy-nilly and play that long game with you and you'll lose. That's why we play things like Queen, things like the 2K counter Sanji just to help us get some sort of card advantage back. And Khalifa would help there, but like I said, if they're never attacking you, anything that's 4 or less is live for Gadatsu, so that is a problem for this deck. It's not as all-in as something like a Zabedi deck, but you definitely, once you've been starved for a couple of turns, you're definitely going to start feeling it. Betty more so because obviously she's discarding for her effect, so she's definitely all-in that regard, but a couple turns against like a stall deck and you're gonna feel the pain for sure. But that's it. Nothing else to really talk about that we haven't spoken about in other videos. We have Don management resources to help us recoup any Don loss, and then just get nice power minusing effects for our leader combo for removal, which is very powerful against things like Sakazuki because then you stop Rebecca loops, so that's pretty good. And then finally, Blocker Law just for some hand disruption against decks that are trying to hold on to too much. I don't think it's that great, but it's definitely much more useful against Whitebeard, which is much more popular here in the West than it is in the East, or was in the East when OPO5 was around. And that's it. Let's hop into some gameplay. Okay, we got a game into Sakazuki. This hand's not great, so we're gonna mull. This is much better. Sakazuki has to attack to get like his minusing effects. He drew Borsalino. OPO5 Borso. So he has 7-drop Borso. He has his combo set up for with Hina in the trash for Rebecca. Just gonna attack. don't have to do anything crazy. I'll develop Zorojuro, I think. Just to force him to remove. He could just like attack, like I said, and then do Hound Blaze. That is the benefit in this matchup. I'll take one, since he's gonna give me the resources to get like the little combos off with this. He's going to attack earlier. I don't think he has third brand new or fourth brand new. I didn't realize he trashed two. So he's probably gonna just put the rest on here and attack me for 8. But this is okay. I get to go a little wide next turn. Still not sure if I wanted to go all in yet. So he's trashing blocker. He still has 7 drop in hand. I think we give him the 2k. He develops main Shuri. We're gonna buy back. So put the 2 blue cards in the bottom. Doesn't actually. And he took his blocker Borso back. Okay. We'll attack Manchury. We'll play Law. We'll do this into this. And pass. I'm gonna hold Zoro. Zoro's a nice way to end games later. This is definitely gonna be like a Great Eruption attack, and then Lucci play. Good to see what he still has. So there's a Great Eruption, like I said, 2 here, 2's there. Okay. We can have double Great Eruption, still do it. Sure. Interesting. No, no trigger. Rebecca into Hina. No play. Okay. He has 6 to my 5. So we're gonna attack with Law first, so I can get the effect off. I think we take either the 2k or power minus. I think I'll take that. Yeah. And we'll go minus there. Attack there. Yep. And we'll do a Don minus. Get rid of this for another Beppo. Again, I'm not gonna rush him down. He has 4 cards in hand. I can just start going face. He still has 7 drop Borsalino, but I have the answer. Maybe I misread when he was trashing cards and stuff. 2k. We'll force him to have hard removal. Oh, he did keep the Borsalino, like I said. It's a nice top deck. However, I needed the 1 extra Don to make that work. 6 into 8. Attack. Do our big swings last. Opponent just afraid to take life, which is gonna cost him. We'll do our big swings last. Yep. Then we'll Gamma Knife there. Zoro will attack for 7. He's given a lot of 2Ks already. And I doubt he'll have the ability to clear 4 characters off board. With only 1 life and 4 cards. So, as you can see, like I said, this isn't the worst matchup. I didn't have the best hand either. Granted, he didn't look like he had like the Lucci combos either, which does happen. I let him kill 1. He can answer 2 with like a Rebecca Hina, possibly, into Lucci. So that would still be 2 cards out of hand. I would have 2 attackers, so I just dump my hand to save here. I think so. I highly doubt he has the ability to clear. And I was right. Since he didn't get a 2K back, I'm just going to force the issue there. And just keep swinging for 2. For 6, rather. Now we can shambles. Get rid of this. Honestly speaking, I don't even need to do that. So we'll swing 6 again. Yeah. Okay, we got a Green into PLuffy, I meant to say. I'll keep this as a super solid hand. He'll be able to ramp ahead of me, meaning that I'll be able to leverage my law ability. I have a removal option, so we're looking solid. He actually took that hit. That's actually pretty big. You have to manage your resources when you're playing with PLuffy, when we're talking about like the ramp and stuff. So he Don minuses, which is good for me. I kind of want the 6 Don, that way I can just play Kid or remove. So unfortunately I won't leverage this ability. I just don't want him having the page 1. Always remember to take that first hit, especially if you're going to play Zoro. I've done this when I first started playing the deck, where I'm like, nah, I'm going to counter early, and then I try attacking with Zoro. I'm like, where's my free Don? No, you have to have 3 or life. Like I said, we're going to play Kid. We're going to play Gordon. We're going to minus here. Do minus 3 Don, get rid of him. Play our law, and then we're going to attack for 6. So force a 2K. Takes it again. Okay. So I'm going to have to minus first before attacking with law. So always remember, keep track of your Don, guys. Because we're going to be tied for Don next turn, and I can't activate law. Because it's less, not equal. It has to be more Don on his field than ours. We're going to let that go. I think I should have blocked maybe. If he invests all his Don and skips his turn to attack into Kid, maybe that's okay. Potentially messed up there. We're going to take this hit too. No trigger. We have the answers for this. So this is pretty good. So we can go minus. So hold on. Let's think about it for a second. He has 5 Don to our 6. I'm gonna attack for 6 here first. If he blocks and activates, then might change how I play this turn. Okay. So now we're gonna do minus four, no target, right? And then we're gonna go 1, 3, and we're gonna get rid of the queen, play the law to minus there, and then we'll go here to get a draw. We'll take blocker law. Yep. He can go to 7, ramp to 8, so honestly it doesn't really matter. Just gonna go to 9 cards if he takes this hit. I'm gonna get aggressive here just because he has no board. There's no threat of 9-drop Kaido next turn. Just takes the hit. Wild, man. So he can either go for my card advantage here, or he can try and take out my Don repair. So he's gonna play the Pauly, go all in there, pop the law, and then no way he takes his last life to try and kill the law, right? So I have the 2k in hand for that one. Yeah, that's an easy 2k. Okay. We have the answer for Pauly. I'll just attack with law first. There's 9 cards. And we'll take the 2k because that's all we can take. Okay, that's perfect. That's 7 cards. Now we go like this. Minus there. We leader. 1, 2, 3. Get rid of this. Play law. Use action. Get rid of 2 dead cards. Then we'll attack 7 twice. So, pretty solid turn. A bunch of dead cards in hand, apparently. Now I'm pretty sure I just win the game, even if he 9-drops here, because I'm just gonna go all in on leader. Pop the blocker, attack 10 into Kid or something. Yep. Then I have the 2k because we found that. Draw. Attack 7 here. Okay. And attack 8. GG. Okay. We're going first into Kata. We have a decent hand, so I'm going to try it. We have removal, we have Don ramp. It depends on how he decides to play the matchup, as always, into yellow. So we'll see what he does. If he goes no attacking for a little while, then we'll know what we're expecting. Thankfully we drew a queen. Hits a trigger right off the bat. It's kind of annoying. Pero. So we'll play law, pass. I'm just gonna develop Kid. Take that. Trigger, unfortunately. I could go super wide. I can go super wide, go law, minus, get rid of the Pero, attack, attack, attack. I'm gonna give him the 2k early, just because Katakuri swings for 7 nat, so it's not really a big deal. I think we attack 5 one more time. Develop the Kid and pass. I'm gonna play it slow. The roulette is something to keep in mind for later. A lot of Katakuris either play like 2 copies or no copies. But this is important to note for later, for like the way he stacks life. Because now I have to worry about Brule, Sanji, Beige, as far as like top end cards. So that's kind of annoying. Take that one. Attacking with Sanji. That's interesting play. We'll take that too. Not having 2Ks kind of sucked here. But now we kind of get to just clear board for free. He left it at top. So we'll give him the 2K and the 1K, I guess. Okay. So now Don is awkward. He has 6 to my 7. I have to go. Here. I can Sanji or get rid of the Sanji with this. No target. Use. Get rid of you so you don't get value. Play another one you. And I can attack for free here. We'll take blocker law. Blockers in the end game are solid against yellow. I'm gonna play the queen, so I'm gonna attack 5. Maybe attack 6 was better. He's gonna get a free hit to trigger. Is it Thunderbolt, or we're thinking about what to discard next? Satori gets rid of a 2K for the 2K Satori, so that's pretty good. That's another 2K. I'll play queen. We'll get rid of law. I don't need another law. We already have 2 on board. See what he decides to do here. So attacking 7 where? At law. 7. Let me see if he can develop, what's it called? 7-drop mount. Leaves life on top. No, he's attacking me. Okay. So that means if it's rush NL, I don't really fuck. I don't care. I gotta stop using bad words on YouTube. I will take. I have the blockers and the removal to stay ahead on board. Like I said, if it's rush NL, it's not a big deal. We'll give him 2K and a 1K. So now you get to power minus here. No target. Attack 5. Take a 2K. Yeah, because I'm going to make him trash this. Like, if he wants to keep this, he's going to get trashed. Yeah. Not too bad, but it was too slow. GG's to opponent though. So that's it for the video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys like this new style of video. Again, this is just like our road to Nats kind of thing. I'm gonna keep updating the tier list as we go. As you saw, like, it wasn't the best play or hands from opponents, so it's hard to really gauge how well this deck can do sometimes. But in some of the gameplay that you saw, like you see, I can go down to pretty few cards in hand, so it can get kind of dicey. That Katakuri player at the end wasn't the greatest either, with the decision making there. Um, Also not the biggest fan of Enel in Katakuri to begin with, but you know, whatever. But this is the list, guys, just one more time. I like it. It's a lot of fun. Would I take this to nationals? Honestly, probably not as much as I love Law. You guys know I've always show Law on the channel in some sort of shape or fashion, but like it's not gonna happen, I don't think. But still, very viable deck. Do not sleep on the deck. If you see this across the table from you, be mindful that he has a lot of play to the deck. It is very high ceiling, high reward, but you know, again, you're not drawing the most cards. When we get into set 6 and we get the new Reiju card, whew, that's a 4-cost 5k. If your opponent has more Don than you and you have 5 cards in hand, you draw 2. That is perfect for this deck. I actually think this deck is way more viable in OP06, but we're not there yet. So that's it, guys. Let me know what you guys are playing for nationals if you're going, what you guys been playing with over the last couple of weeks since the set has been out. And if you are playing Red Purple Law, let me know what you guys are playing that maybe I'm not playing. What's your secret sauce? As you guys know, I'm always willing to show you guys lists because it really doesn't matter if your opponent knows what you're playing. In my opinion, like competition level, I'm not going to keep any secrets. It is what it is. It's not going to change. You're not going to change your deck to beat that one person playing a particular build, right? So it is what it is. I'm going to show you guys everything I have to make sure that you guys have the best knowledge, best card selection available to you for when you're making your deck decisions. All right, that's it for me though. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do not forget to like and subscribe. Peace.